Thank you, Alan, and thank you, CLC, for your invite today. I need to get some administrative things out of the way first. First and foremost, thank those of you who were involved in the Republican Party Central Committee process in Sparks last month for your support. I want to thank those of you who were Greg Brower supporters for supporting a quality guy who after those results were done, promptly got on board behind getting behind someone to make CD2, Dean Heller's former seat, make that continue to be something that's red. I do want to put one thing to rest, however, though, and that is I did not call former Congressman Heller a quitter when it came to filling out his term and taking his Senate appointment. I think we've got the best candidate going up there, and I'm excited to hopefully be part of that process with him and looking forward to the 2012 cycle. But first things first, we have a special election. Early voting starts the last Saturday in August. We're drinking from a fire hose, but it's a good thing to be doing. Much rather be doing that than not. And so I want to remind you of a couple things because it's going to be a fairly fast-paced 60 days. And I would submit to you that Republicans are people who are fact-driven. We kind of keep going back to these things called facts. And I think it was Ronald Reagan that coined the phrase, facts are stubborn things. And so as we get wrapped up in all the this, that, the other sort of thing, who's doing what to who, spinning to the right, spinning to the left, I just kind of want to remind you and ourselves of a few facts as we go into this cycle. First one, there is no analysis which concludes that the federal government is too small in America. Are there any fact checkers out there? Anybody want to call me out on that? Number two, the Constitution is still the supreme law of the land. Number three, it is a fact that former Chief of Staff to Barack Obama, a gentleman by the name of Rahm Emanuel, said, "You never want to waste a good crisis. You can get things done that you never could have gotten done otherwise." Number four, the Pelosi-Reed-led Congress presided over the fastest run-up in the national debt in modern history. Number five, the present budget deficit is well over $1 trillion. Medicare, number six, Medicare must be fixed. We cannot ignore the present status. Number seven, the War Powers Act has been violated in Libya. Yes, it has. Number eight, present cash flows in the federal government can fund paying the troops, paying Medicare, paying the debt service without an increase in the debt limit. Number nine, Obamacare is not the answer to the insurance and health care delivery reforms we need in this country. And number 10, this nation is capable of energy independence. Let's pivot for a minute to a few Nevada facts, because once again, Republicans are factual folks. Number one, the stimulus policies of the federal government have not helped Nevada in the present financial situation. Number two, of those sums that made it to Nevada, the vast majority came as a predicate to Harry Reid's election cycle. Number three, Yucca Mountain is not dead. Number four, the permitting and land use policies of the federal government have not encouraged business investment or job creation in Nevada in the present financial cycle. And finally, the tax and fiscal policies of the Obama administration have not provided the private sector with the accountability and the predictability which they seek in order to continue investing again. Now let's move to Election Facts 2012. Republicans must win CD2 decisively as a predicate to the run-up to the 2012 election cycle, where we're electing a president, where we're electing Dean Heller, where you're re-electing Joe Heck, and we're re-electing a new congressperson in the new district in Southern Nevada. This election, special election on September 13th, is phenomenally important for setting the stage for everybody else on the Republican ticket. Number two, the Western Leadership Conference that's going to be held in this town for Republicans in October is phenomenally important for ramping up Republicans, not only regionally, but in Nevada, as a predicate to that other thing that's going to happen after that, which is the first West of the Rockies caucus that's going to be held in Nevada for the presidential election. Two special events that are usually not on the calendar here, phenomenally important. Let's keep our eye on those balls. They both need to be phenomenally successful as part of our run-up to success. A couple other ones. Joe Heck must be reelected, and decisively, in his Clark County district. You know, I didn't realize, but basically a 24-seat swing puts Nancy Pelosi back in charge of the gavel in the U.S. House of Representatives. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I should have said that after lunch instead of before. But nonetheless, so when you look at the importance of Nevada with 4 congressional seats that will be up for the first time in our history, and you look at continuing the success that Joe Heck had in knocking Dina Titus off last cycle, it's phenomenally important, not only for Joe Heck, but there's a guy standing around somewhere back there, a little bit overdressed, all of his good stuff must be dirty today or something like that, he's got a tie on. But of the 10 Republican seats that are up for election this time nationwide, one of the 2 that were identified as potentially vulnerable was the former John Ensign President Dean Heller seat here in Nevada. And we know that ground zero for the Dean Heller election to the United States Senate is Clark County. And so, when we talk about the run-up on registration, in ground game, in get out the vote, in women's clubs being involved, the Central Committee folks being involved, and the state party being involved, those 1,200 precincts that are in Clark County for 2012, phenomenally important. But let's not just focus on the top of the ticket. Let's talk about what Barbara Sagaski and Michael Roberson and your assembly folks that I see some here. There's John out there. I saw, where's the famous Bill?